What's up, Inkie Peeps? It's Adele from Inkie Quill, and today I'm having a play with some of the September printables. Even though we're in spring here in Australia, I've been looking on Instagram and I've been inspired by fall and pumpkin spice lattes and crunchy autumn leaves and all of those good things that people in other countries are currently experiencing. So I decided to do an autumn layout. I am using the September autumny art print for this layout, and I'm actually going to use this as my background paper. So this was, I think this was because there were 7 versions of the art print for this month. This is 1A, it's the first one, and I printed it on Kodak premium glossy photo paper. It's nice and thick. I decided with the glossy just because I printed it on the matte as well, and there's not too much of a difference, but I just felt the glossy kind of went with my glossy photos, and to tell you the truth, I'd already fussy cut things out of a glossy version, so we went with glossy. And I'm scrapping some photos today. I haven't actually figured out which one I'm scrapping. I thought I'd do that with you guys because these photos were taken in May of this year. I'm currently up to scrapbooking the start of May, but I skipped ahead because I really thought these photos suited it quite well. And we travelled down for Archie's first flight down to Tasmania, which is, if you don't know Australia, you have the mainland and then you have a little tiny island down the bottom. Looks tiny on maps. It's not tiny. Australia is really giant, but we travelled across to Tasmania to visit some friends who had just had a baby, with another couple who have a daughter who's I think about 4 or 5 months younger than Arch, and then another couple, and we had so much fun. All of us girls went to high school together, and Aaron was actually friends with them in high school, so they're literally our mutual friends. It's rare that we actually knew people before we knew each other. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm rambling. So I've got this one, which is actually a little wide, and I'm going to be doing some layering, and I kind of don't want to chop off Brett's legs, so I'm going to save that one for a layout. That one could work. That one could be pretty cute, actually. I've also got, hang on, I'll come back to that one. This, look at the expression on Archie's face. I don't know if you can see it, but he's got his tongue out and he's just going, blah. So that one could also work. I think I like the other one better at the moment. Or this one. Oh, that's a bit cute. Okay, that's the fall winner at the moment. Oh, that one's cute too. That one might be harder though, because I feel I want to keep our hands in it and I want to keep his feet in it. And then I've got his photos, so I could do a double one. No, I think I'll go for Arch and I and save the others for another layout. And so the first thing I'm going to do is trim down my photo a little bit, like so. There we go. And I aim to put it there. Now there is a little bit of white at the top and the bottom, which is a little annoying. Oh, by the way, this is printed on A4 sized paper, so this will fit in a 8.5 by 11 sized page protector. There are white spots up at the top and the bottom, which I'm considering covering with some washi tape that matches the color tones, but I haven't decided that yet, so I'm going to leave the washing until the end to check if I want to do so or not. So should I trim a little bit more off there? No, I'll keep it like that. All right, time to mat my photo. Now I've just pulled out from my on my Alex drawers. My top drawer is currently all, I call it my textures drawer. It's all tissue paper and vellum and anything that I use to layer behind photos that's not specifically scrapbook paper. I think I might start with just some white tissue paper. Oh no! This roll of tape, I think it's a dodgy one. It's almost at the end, but it has broken about 4 times already. Well, we're not using you today, Mr. ATG. It's almost out as well, which isn't helping the situation. So, oh, hang on, I have this one. I'm also recording the voiceover a different way today, so we shall see. Oh dear, we shall see how that goes. I usually record on the camera's microphone, but today I thought I would try. So I've got my laptop right next to me, and I thought I'd try and record it on my proper microphone. So we'll see how that goes. All right, there we go. A little bit of white tissue paper. I really like the look of the white right next to the photo. I think it's because I'm used to seeing photos that are actually printed with the white border. Do you print your photos with a white border, or do you not? Sorry for the crinkling. All right. So I have some beautiful pieces of vellum here, and I don't know. So this brings in blue. I don't think it's beautiful though. I don't think that's right. My friend Evie sent me these, so I'm not sure where she got them from. Sorry in advance if anyone is going to ask that. Oh, that's a bit cute. That one could work. This one is gorgeous, but I want to fussy cut out some of those. I'm going to save the stars for a more blue layout. I think that blue and silver to me just seem to go together. And I'm going to save the gold because you can't really see the gold. I think I'm going to go with this one. Now, question is, should I first put some graph paper, or should I do it in that order? Yeah, I think I'll go that order. All right, I'm going to use the tape because tape runner does not like tissue paper at all. Oh, I love finding random things on my desk. This was from that process video where we made all of the little hearts. It's got a little touch of orange in it. I think I might use that too. All right, so I just have a little bit, and I know it's got that turquoise color, but because it's only a lighter blue, I think I can make that work. It's a little bit wonky, but I'm rolling with it. That's okay. This I think this glue's a little old because it's a little tricky to use. Oh, and that's going to be a very wonky side there, but that's okay. Like I always say, a man riding by on a horse isn't going to notice. And also, if people are more concerned about you having a slightly wonky border in your album, then they shouldn't be looking at your albums. They're not worthy enough to look at your albums if they're going to critique you on a slightly wonky border. I really love this heart, and I know that I just said I'm not going to put that gold heart because you can't see the hearts, but for this one I think I'm going to do it just because of the red color. All right, this tissue paper, Aussie Peeps, was from the Reject Shop. It was only about $2 as well. It was very cheap. I did get it about 5 or 6 months ago, so I don't know if they still have it, but I do rather like it. All right, that's looking better. So now you can still see a tiny bit of the white, but barely. So I'm going to stick this down. I think this is going to be quite a fast layout today. Oh, by roll. Unfortunately, finishing a roll of double-sided tape doesn't quite have the same enjoyment as finishing a roll of washi tape. I think I've only finished maybe 2, 3 at the absolute most rolls of washi tape. How many washi tapes have you finished, if any? Yeah, I think it's probably been 2 or 3, and it's only because I started using them to actually like stick down stuff or put on the back of layouts if there was a staple there. It wasn't just from using it in a decorative sense. Right, I'm going to stick my photo there, and then I fussy cutted out some of the floral pieces from the art print. I love this one. I really want to do a layout. I had it before just sitting on, where is it? The graph paper, and I thought they just went together so beautifully. So I really want to do a layout with some sort of ledger background, and I'm actually going to bump them up on foam. Now, if I was craft foam, where would I be? I'm going to go looking for some craft foam, and I'm going to put the foam on the back of these, as well as, this is what I keep the printables in each month. I actually separated this month, so I've got a spring version and an autumn version, but I am going to overlap them a little bit. So I also want to do some of the autumn leaves. So I'm going to go foam all of these babies up, and then I'll figure out, I feel like I might also need some, maybe some white leaves or some gold leaves. So I'm going to have a look in my stash and see what I can find. Alrighty, I have, let me move these up. I have foamed, not the hearts, but I have foamed the leaves, and I have, I have a Tim Holtz die that has little leaves, and I've lost it. I've put it somewhere very special, so I just hand cut some gold leaves, and I hand cut some vellum ones, and then I do have one punch. It's by Crafts For You, and it's a leaf looking thing. I'm not a fan of it. It's so heavy, it's ridiculous, and it has trouble cutting through 100 GSM paper. It doesn't cut through gold glitter cardstock, which is what I intentionally bought it for. So if you've got any leaf punches that could cut through the gold glitter, it's thin too. It's not super thick. It's quite thin. Let me know, because I desperately want one. So let's see. I'm going to start by sticking this one down. Now, to stick them down, I used some very, very cheap and nasty foam tape, which is so ridiculously sticky. I have a feeling it may have been deeply affected by our recent hot Aussie summer, and it's struggling a little bit. So I'm glad you didn't have to watch me, because this took me about 25 minutes just to stick all of the foam on. So first up, I'm going to pop this one here, and I've left a little bit of space around the edges in case I want to tuck some other leaves under. I'm just going to put that up, and she's stuck down. She's not the right spot. Oh, okay. It's basically in the right spot. This tape is so sticky. All right, I would like to put a brown leaf under here, just because I am thinking of using one of the brush lettering titles from the spring collage sheet, and I want to bring in a little bit of darkness, not in a creepy darkness kind of way. I'm just going to tuck that under like so, and then I've got this little one too that I'll put I'll put that somewhere else. I have got this flower, which I could even put like somewhere else. I could put it up there. I really want to put this autumn leaf, and that seems like a good spot to put it. So I think I'm going to cover up where that pink flower was. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry you have to watch me peel off all these little pieces, but I couldn't peel them off beforehand. So I'm just going to... Now, if you're finding that you can't poke things under as well, just just cut little pieces off so that it can fit under the way that you want it. Then I think I might do some of these. I'm trying to follow the colour scheme. Now this leaf is actually from up there, but I'm going to pop it down here. I'm kind of remaking the wreath a little bit, just popping things in different locations. Ooh, a flying gnat. Sorry. I am about to go in Aaron's lunch break for a test drive. This is just on a random topic, but I'm looking to upgrade my car because I currently have a Mitsubishi Colt, which is very squishy, just with one car seat and a load of groceries. The pram takes up the entire hatchback boot. And the other pram, we have two prams. One of them, we had to get a different one because I couldn't fit it in my boot. So I'm going for a test drive. So if you have a good recommendation for probably a 7-seater vehicle, let me know. I'm going to have a look at I think it's the Kia Rondo and Sorrento. And I think my dad found a Mitsubishi one, so I'm going to have a little test drive. And it's a very rainy day today, which is not the ideal test drive condition. I was going to put them all the way around bumped up, but I actually really like it just, that's too big. I actually really like it just down in this bottom corner. Pop that one there. And then maybe that one. Oh, that kind of changes the whole look. Or do I need a little gold one, I think? Yes. All right, so time for glue. I have been fighting with my glue all weekend. So last weekend, a couple of days ago, I had some time to get scrappy with some friends, and I ended up making 28 pages in one weekend, which was more than I'd set a goal for 20 pages, and I managed to get 28 done. I did 18 Project Life, I think. Now this glue is going to show through. I need a glue stick. I did 18 Project Life and no, I did more than that. 20 Project Life and 8 layouts. I think that's what it ended up with, or 19 and maybe 19 and 9, something like that. And so I don't know if it will be your next video, but a video coming up very soon will be a little bit of a behind the scenes of how I packed for that adventure, as well as a flip through of all of the pages I made, because of course I was away with friends and not filming what I made, so you won't see them on YouTube. So that video will be coming out very soon. I really like this leaf. I think that should go there. But yeah, let me know in the comments, do you have a chance to get away with your scrappy friends, or have you ever been to a retreat? I find that I'm more productive when I'm just away scrapping with a couple of friends rather than at a retreat. I think because at a retreat there's so many people. The last one that I went to had about, I think it was 80 people, and I'm a chatterbox when I see people that I haven't seen for a long time. And so I don't get a lot of scrapping done at those events. If you have been with me at any of the retreats this year, so the Cocoa Vanilla one or the Flutterby one, you'll know that I spend a lot of my time chatting and not a lot of time making, which is fine. It's all part of the chance to get away. I'm going to peel you up, mister, because you're in my way. Now, I'm purposely going over the edge because I know that I can cut those off. I really love leaves. I know that I know that's a random comment, but I hate trees, and not hate. I'm not friends with trees in real life or plants. I actually have a phobia of trees. It's got a special name. There's two types of tree phobias. There's one, I don't know which one I have. I have the one where I'm worried about them falling on me, or things falling out of them, or them coming alive, because I got scarred by watching The Wizard of Oz. I've mentioned that in a video before, but I will never not be afraid of trees. Wow, too much glue. But for someone who, you know, doesn't really like the colour green and doesn't really like trees, I really like leaves. It's a strange thing, I think. I am in one of those moods where I'm just pondering the strange things in life. What's a strange thing that you're afraid of? Let me know in the comments, because trees are a pretty strange thing to be afraid of. I must admit, I've never met another person afraid of trees. I'm also afraid of butterflies. I sound like such a wuss. I really do. But I am scared of butterflies and moths, as I've also mentioned in videos, and that's why I do sometimes use them in my scrapbooking, but I tend to stick to hearts because they won't fly in my face like butterflies do. And moths go in the same category. And I met someone, who was it? One of my friends is scared of moths and butterflies too, and I can't remember who it is. But yes, it's good to know there's someone else out there. I think I might put, there's this funny little gap here which needs something. I don't know if it needs a leaf, or if it's too leafy, or if it needs, oh, I could just do a big heart, maybe that heart, but that needs outlining with white or black. Maybe white. Right, I'm going to use, this is my new favorite white paint pen. I have a feeling they may have discontinued it. I'm sorry. I seem to always fall in love with the things that are about to be discontinued. It's a Sharpie white paint pen, water-based, and I really like the extra fine one. This is not extra fine, but the extra fine one is mighty fine. I'm just going to do a dashed line because I want it to stand out a little bit from the rest of the things, because it is quite a busy quite a busy page. And while that's drying for a second, just going to trim off my edges. Oh, I love that. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there's just beautiful uppiness. I don't know how else to describe it. Okay, now do I want to then put the heart on another level? Ooh, okay. Let's give this a go with the not dodgy foam tape. And I think because this part is on foam already, I think I might have to do a double layer of foam at the top, like so. Yes. Right, take this off and stick that there. Yeah, it was just missing a thing. All right, now I really like this little heart, and I think that it gives a nice bit of white amongst all of this, not dark, but it needs a splash of white. So I'm going to put foam on 1/2 and then glue over here. Please don't do too much glue. I tried to, these glue bottles have a seal, it's the Scotch tacky glue, and this was so hard to take the lid off, so I tried to take it off with scissors and I sliced my bottle open. So note to self, don't use scissors to open your glue bottle, because now every time I use the glue, glue splurts out the side, and so I have to have this annoying piece of duct tape that I have to change every now and then because it comes off. All right, I'm loving the way that that looks. So now let me just have a look at, I haven't fussy cutted the spring ones yet because I knew I wanted to do the fall pictures first, and so I did those first. So we've got Bloom and Grow, but he's not, I guess he's growing. I think, oh, and I guess Bloom, that's okay, that's a contender. We've got Joy, which I could call it something like Absolute Joy or Autumn Joy. Well, that could work too. And then I usually print 2 copies of the printables just so that I can use my favorite pieces twice. I've also got Beautiful, which could also work. I think I need to put the title down here. I could call it Beautiful Boy. And I've got Lovely. I think Lovely's a bit too small. I'm leaning towards Beautiful Boy. Beautiful Boy or Autumn Joy. I'm not going to do Beautiful Boy and in Autumn Joy because that's just too many words. Beautiful Joy doesn't work. Oh, I don't know. I wish this was a live stream so that you could tell me. I think I might go Autumn Joy, and I'll save the Beautiful up because I don't want to cover up too much of the flowers. Now this I did fussy cut, but I'm going to fussy cut a little bit closer. And like I've said before, if you're having trouble with fussy cutting with small scissors and finding that your hand is cramping, just give some big scissors a go. They've got to be nice sharp ones though. Just give it a try and see if you like it, because I cannot fussy cut with small scissors. It really hurts me. But with the big ones, I admit you can't get, of course, as good detail as the small scissors, but they are much better on the hands for me. All right, so I think I'll put that there, and then I've got to figure out, do I want black thickers? Do I want gold thickers? White will blend in too much, or do I have a red or something? Or should I even go for like a cork? That could work, but I feel like I'd need to put some of these little arrows or some other corky thing in there. But that could definitely work. I'm having a look at I haven't unpacked all of my bags from my weekend away. I think black might be too black, and because these aren't pitch black, they're kind of a slate black, like a greyish black. I could use gold. I'm kind of liking the cork for something different. Or do I like a gold? I do like gold, you know that, peeps. All right, I'm going to have a little search through my thickers and come up with a title and where to put it. I think I am going to put Autumn Joy. I've just got to figure out, I think it belongs here, but I don't want to cover up too much. I like it too much. I could put it up there or here. All right, I'm going to have a little play around with that, and then we'll figure out if I'm going to washi or not washi. I have actually decided against doing all the things that I said, because I just like all of this too much, and I feel like having a title there will just ruin it. So instead, down the bottom here, I'm just going to brush letter a little autumnal joy, I think, or autumn joy. Autumn joy. Autumnal joy. I don't know which one. Hey Aaron.
Yes.
Should I do autumn joy or autumnal joy for this layout?
You do like the word autumnal.
I do like the word autumnal. Does it grammatically make sense?
I would say probably autumn joy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right. He has spoken. We're going with that. If it's grammatically incorrect, it's on Aaron.
Oh, really?
All right, I think I'm going to go. Now let's see if I can fit it all in. I'm just going to go for it. I'm not going to measure it because, you know, if I measure it, it'll be wrong. I've jinxed myself now. I'm nervous. Yay! Managed to do it. And then I'll do a dot. Do like a good full stop. Yeah, I just felt like it was going to be too disruptive. But in saying that, I think I'd like to put down some of these little hearts, and I'm actually going to try and out. So these are just little hearts that I hand cut from the scraps from cutting out the floral pieces, and I'm just going to use my Bic fine point permanent marker. This was literally one that I just had from leftover school supplies. Oh, that's a bad outline, Adele. That's now, I need something under this so that I don't put paint pen everywhere. I'm just going to trace around. The outline is getting thicker and thicker with every little mistake that I make. There we go. So I think just like three little hearts, maybe an orangey one. Ooh, there we go. You could use a paint pen for this. I would recommend using only paint pens or probably a permanent marker on this glossy photo paper, just because you might have some trouble with it drying. I just wanted today's video to show you, oh my goodness, my alarm's going off. Goodness me. I just wanted this video to show you a new way to use the art prints, because I always like to kind of not push the boundaries but challenge myself to use things in different ways that may or may not have been the ways that they were meant to be used. I don't know if that orange one might be too orange. I think it might be. And then maybe even down here. Yeah, I think the orange one's too... Come on, Mr. Glue. Just a little bit. Here we go. I think the orange is too... Yeah, it's my eyes being drawn to it too much. I think I might do... I just need one more pink one over here, and then I might grab a couple of little gold glitter stars or hearts or some little puffy sprinkly little bits. There we go. Whoops. Okay. So now stick this one here, somewhere up here, maybe even behind this leaf. No, okay, not behind the leaf. Let's grab my little bowl of gold hearts has been taken over by all sorts of things that don't belong in there. Put a little gold heart here, and I have a few different shaped ones, so it's kind of nice to play around with. Oh, I think I've got one of Poppet's hairs in here. Poppet is molting terribly at the moment, and her hair, I vacuum every day, and yet it still seems to find its way in. I think I need some stars. Do any of you use those glue pens that I've seen about? They look fantastic. I bought one. Whoa. We all knew that was going to happen. I bought one, and I don't know if it was just a bit of a cheap one, but I struggled with it. I've given up because the glue just didn't seem to want to come out of the tip, and then the tip got really cluggy and disgusting very quickly. So if you've got any recommendations for glue pens that look like a paint pen, but they are in fact glue. Right, pop that there in case I still need it. And then I've got, whenever I use a colour like yellow or orange, I always try to go into my stash and see if there's anything in particular that coordinates with that, so that I can actually use it. I think I'm getting a bit too big now. I need to take a step back. I'm feeling it. And yet I need to add more. What about a little grey? Oh, some little grey ones. And that will tie in those leaves. Just need a little something maybe there. And then this one's a bit lonely, needs a friend. Oh, and maybe some white stars. Okay, Adele, you need to stop. You need to stop. There's one of my hairs now stuck to it. Does anyone else have problems with hairs in their projects? That's a bit gross. Sorry, guys. And it's one of my long hairs too. It's not even a short one. I wish I had a white heart, but I don't. I don't think I'm going to Heidi Shine. I know, gasp. I think I'm just going to leave it as is, and I'm not going to do any journaling on this page because that trip is going to be about 15 pages in itself. And so there'll be plenty of other places to journal, but ta-da, here's the final page. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed a new way to use the art print. If you have a go at this, please share it. Share it on Instagram, tag me, share it in Scrapaholics. I'd love to see what you come up with the art print. I wish you could see the, sorry about the glare, it's because it's all glossy. Wish you could see the dimension. I don't usually do these layered, florally, leafy designs, which I know are very on trend at the moment. Lots, especially with the new crepe paper collection, has a lot of pieces of paper that lend themselves to fussy cutting, and so I wanted to give it a go but put my own little twist on it. I think I might also have a try for this, maybe off camera, of doing the spring version for a different photo. Might do that. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you've had a chance to scrap along with me, or even just do something creative in this time that you've been watching this video, even if it's just sitting and fussy cutting the printables, or just having a bit of a relax, because you deserve a little relax every day, just to chill out and just enjoy being creative or watching creativeness. I'm on a tangent. I'm going to go now, peeps, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye!